All right. What is ROF on the screen right now?
Uh-oh. Rough.
ROF.
Is that the weather? Seismic monitor. Region of fucking...
But stuff is happening all the time, right?
Well, yeah, there are about
ridge
1,000
of fire,
earthquakes a
or
year.
rim of fire, they call
so,
that.
by the way, if
That's
you're
all
a
the
psychic,
faults
you should be able to
in the
predict
Pacific.
an earthquake. It's almost 3 a day.
Oh, God, the science guy. Bill Nye, the science guy with his bow tie.
K2 in these places, that's the border or the boundary between these two enormous
CNN is claiming that the planet is angry.
The Earth is built.
Yes.
And you're gonna try not to get into God about this, but this is the kind of stuff that gets into religious. You gotta argue religion about this because it's looking bad for Earth right now.
But it's not you know what it is though? It's not. You can't look
Earth
at this and think it's religion. You can't look at this and think it's religious. You got to look back at when people wrote the shit in the Bible and stuff and think they thought it was religion.
Right.
So they wrote it down like, oh, God did this. Meanwhile, you learn later on, no, it's just this big ball of mess we live on, just kind of yawns every so often and scratches its back.
It's just trying to shake some fleas.
Yeah, shakes fleas like the wet dog.
Just trying to shake off some fleas right now.
I never knew how much how awesome the Earth was until I just was on a cruise ship, just floating on the Earth, floating on water, and just going. Like, first of all, you stand on the edge and you just want to jump in.
Yeah.
Because that's how powerful it is. You just want to just die when you see the ocean.
Yeah.
You just go, let me just die because this is too scary.
It's too big and I'm too small.
Yeah, and it's just like you just know the Earth can just kill you anytime it wants, man.
Do you know what a speck you are on that boat? That huge casino, fucking floating hotel, standing up, it's as big as the Empire State Building, and you are a speck that isn't even distinguishable. You cannot see little tiny thing. That a little
when you're
wave
out there, you think it's
a wave that would be the hugest, sickest tidal wave that would swallow that boat like nothing. Wouldn't even be a ripple.
Easily. It's just like standing over the edge. At night, I had to just step back, close it, curl up like a little baby, and know that I'm nothing. Because that's how the ocean makes you feel.
What cruise line you go on?
Some goofy thing I did for like
Was it
Comedy
good?
Central. I think it was the old people one, not Carnival, but the one that old people go with their families.
Royal Caribbean?
Royal Caribbean,
That's the one I went on.
And
I love the Royal Caribbean.
It's creepy, dude.
Yeah, you get it gone on the balcony at night?
I just go out there, you hear something calling you in. That's why you know those sirens when they say
sirens?
It's just that something calls you to jump in the water.
When you see the little, like the white foam from the boat, and it's so, like, quiet. All you hear, because you don't even hear the engines of the boat anymore. These things are amazing. But you hear the actual ship going through the water. So you hear like a hissing whoosh, whoosh sound and just nothingness.
It's creepy, man.
And it's totally dark. You look out to the horizon,
and
you
you're
don't
looking
see anything.
for, like, hundreds or thousands of miles of
it's
more
just
water.
Blackness of water.
You get freaked out in those situations where you just want to go back inside.
Yeah.
To feel like that your life really is important, and you'll go listen to that singer hack up Titanic, just anything to make you feel human again.
Sit out there
like your life is important.
Just go, let me just die now.
Right. Don't ask me why, but the first cruise I took, you ever look out over that ocean with night vision goggles? It's hysterical. It is really creepy. But just don't ask me why I had night vision goggles.
Why? We got to ask, obviously.
See, the balconies are very dark at night, and people tend to have sex on them.
Oh, so
and with the night vision, you could see people.
Did you get to see stuff
on there?
See, this is fantastic. Now we're getting somewhere. I really appreciate how bad you make me feel because I mess with prostitutes.
Yeah.
But the real creepy shit just came out. Night vision. You are a covert pervert. Covert Persian.
I brought it because I just wanted to see what the ocean at night kind of the look of it.
You just said why you brought it.
But then you realize, because I had never been on a cruise before.
You discover other uses.
I had no idea that the balconies were set up like they were, or that you could see that. I just brought it to see at night into the ocean.
And you can't just look. You had to lean over the ocean with night vision goggles and probably a clamp to hold itself to the top.
Make you believe he's a window washer.
I'm rappelling down the side of the ship.
Anthony brought a whole SWAT kit.
He's like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Just to see some fucking.
He landed on somebody
Dangling
else's
down.
balcony and just took his little thing off and said, "Pardon me, ma'am," and just walked through the room.
It was just an extra perk that having the night vision goggles with me. I didn't go there going, I'm going to look at people or see what happens at night.
So you don't think God just has anything to do with this stuff?
Nah, I think it's all
I
just.
don't know.
I think it's the chicken egg chicken thing. It's one of those things where people think it's religion that's happening now, but the fact of the matter is this shit was happening back then, and they saw it as religion.
I think, the planet's a living organism.
It's a planet.
And
This whole thing is alive.
Think an asteroid? Think one of those big ones going to hit us soon in our lifetime?
It could just, something could screw up. What if the sun just goes out?
That's what.
Why do we think that fucker's got to stay lit the whole time?
there's plenty of hydrogen fuel to burn for many years, and slowly it'll grow. And
It's like, how the hell do you know?
What if one day, poof,
right?
It just goes out tomorrow?
why not?
Well, all our calculations say that.
Yeah, right.
Well, there you go, trying to be God. And he just,
If you think
We know that there's a lifespan of at least our sun is middle age right now, and it'll last for another 10 gazillion years, and then slowly grow, and then.
If you think your life means anything in the end, go to the Grand Canyon for a reality check.
That's a good one, too,
For
yeah.
a fucking reality check. Me and my brother, we hiked all the way down to the bottom and back, down to the river and back. And you go down, and you'll hear some of these experts on their mules with the people that are on the mules with them, and they'll start explaining shit. And they'll say, "You see that part of the wall? Now you got to remember this thing drops down miles, right? But they'll point out a piece that's maybe I don't know, maybe 20 feet thick, and they'll basically say, yeah, that took about 100,000 years to erode. And then you look from that point all the way down like miles, going,
Did you ever
you
watch
ain't shit. We ain't shit in the end.
You know, it takes about a year for them to start making documentaries about all the thing that's like. New Orleans documentaries are coming out already, but the real good tsunami ones,
Yeah.
and the explanation of just what happened.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the pressure, and then it just the Earth just
Burps.
moves,
Yeah.
and everybody dies.
Right.
They said that it stopped. The Earth stopped spinning for a second. It was so powerful. That
Yeah, kind of
tsunami
wobbled a
earthquake.
little bit, yeah.
That creeps me. It's like you just go, how can
Yeah.
you just go, damn? You know, you just sit there and you just, how do you keep going when you know the Earth can just take it, knock you out of here?
I was in a rainforest in Seattle, Washington. Well, it's actually, not Seattle, but in the woods there. The whole rainforest. And we were hiking around, right? And you see trees that are as big as this room in thickness, all right? So what is that, at least 20 feet
25.
across? You see trees, you can't even comprehend how long it took to get this big,
With
right?
a little sapling.
Right, it started with
At
like
some
just
point.
a little seed somewhere, right? And these things are massive. They're saying some of these trees, I don't remember exactly, they're like 400 or 500 years old, right? And then you see these same trees in other parts of the forest that that fell down. Okay?
Right.
And this is where you realize you're nothing in the grand scheme of things. You see trees now that are growing out of these rotted trees that have been growing out of the rotted trees for easily 100 years.
Yeah.
It's why, I mean, and I'm just like learning that all them fires we worry about. That's like, that's nature does that.
Yeah.
We need fires right now. We just need to burn up some.
Yeah,
shit.
got to burn some of this away.
This has to go.
Yeah.
We have
The
to burn
first
it.
time someone
The
told me that.
lightning hits, it starts a
Time to go.
fire.
Gotta burn.
The first time someone told me that Earth was a living organism, I laughed, like, shut up. But you really start to pay more and more attention. And it's the truth. And
This
in the
is
Matrix,
if we were smoking pot, we'd
Yeah, I
be
know.
freaking out stories.
What in the Matrix they said
we're
we're
all paranoid.
in the Matrix they said what we're the cancer of Earth or whatever.
Yeah.
We're just little cancer cells.
Yeah, we're
Slowly
like
but
a
surely trying
virus.
to destroy
Us.
Earth.
We're just a virus crawling around on this thing. You know? We're just like this living bug that's fucking everything up. But you know something? In the scheme of things, we're not doing shit. Like people, we got to save the planet, and you humans, we're polluting the planet. If we were gone for any real length of time, the Earth would just cover up any existence, any evidence that we were ever here.
We
That's what
already
I think
have
about.
done that.
The Earth
Are
is
we going to be
fine.
dinosaurs? Are people going to just find us, dig us up, and then go, you know what? This was
what was this?
Negatoris Ceronius here. This was
Or worse, if there's just never anyone to ever dig us up.
Dude.
It just goes
it'll be
on
some kind of big head.
just some vines covering.
You see some armless brain creature that comes around. Somebody with white eyes that sees in the dark.
You see on the Discovery Channel recently that whole city that was in the Congo that they're discovering? Did you see that one yet? I mean, I don't know. Maybe someone could help me out, but they basically have seen this thing that is hundreds of miles of a city that has been completely grown over now.
Oh, this stuff we haven't seen or found or anything.
They said deep in the Congo was a civilization that one day just stopped existing because I guess they expanded too much or whatever, and they couldn't handle. I don't know exactly what happened.
You think we'll be gone? So, like New York City will just be gone, and somebody will discover it.
Nothing left.
Well, the Congo,
take a broom and go, whoa.
This ancient city, they're discovering like roads and stuff, and it's unbelievable because now the trees have pretty much taken back the forest.
Yeah. Yeah,
I was sort of part of it, so maybe someone could help me out on the phones.
They'll find like the Empire State Building with the little.
And you think with the little brush?
With the little brush. Wait a minute.
Just like he'll be digging a little hole and just see the tip of the antenna from the Empire State Building and go, I think I found something. There may be something under here.
Jerry, come here. His name's still Jerry.
Help me dig.
7,000 years from now, it's Jerry. Jerry.
It's still a goddamn Jerry. It's not like a Sarnak or something. It'd be Jerry.
Charles, come here. I found something.
Not some weird futuristic name. It's still Jerry.
Just Jerry in the year 7,000. Jerry. Albert, come here. Albert in the year 7,000. I'm from the future. What's your name? Pete.
Pete,
what year are you from? 12,006.
Pete?
Pete. Your name is Pete.
Oh, I get it. You took a name from our time so as to make us more comfortable. What's your real name? Nah. It's just Pete.
Pete. How you doing? Well, my name is Pete from the future.
Yeah. Shit don't change. Just doesn't. You're absolutely right, Patrice. 12,000 fucking years from now, there's just going to be Pete and Bob and Ed.
Yeah. I think his name is going to be Doc.
And they're still going to work. And they're still going to want to drink on the weekends.
And still no flying cars.
No flying car, no Mylar suits.
Of course.
That's why I want to live
stuff.
forever. That's the only reason I want to live forever, just to see stuff.
Yeah.
Damn
something different.
Just to see, the Jetsons.
The change.
Damn.
Because it's still the same. Rig, the cars look great and all, but that's the same motherfucking thing we're in that the Henry Ford was puttering around on back in the early 1900s.
I mean, we can fly, so there's possibilities. You might
but
be able to.
How much has the plane changed since the Wright brothers took off? It's the same.
I think a lot, probably. Right?
Yeah, but the principle, all the same. Where's just the hovering
principle of
thing?
nature, right? Yeah.
Where's still just the flying car? Where's the hovering thing? Where's the jetpack? We were promised a jetpack.
We were promised a jetpack.
We were promised a jetpack and flying cars.
Where is the jetpack?
Pete, when will it? We still don't have that thing down. I'm sorry, guys.
What? The what?
The jetpack.
I think that we do.
Why?
But we're not responsible enough to have the jetpack.
Or the flying car.
Can you imagine if all of a sudden? Can you imagine if all of a sudden a store opened up and you could get your jetpack tomorrow?
People falling out of the sky.
So we gotta be prepared for jetpacking.
That's
yeah.
You're probably right.
And flying cars is another thing.
Some of this technology, I think you have to wait for everyone around you to catch up to you.
You think we're ready for 16 lanes of traffic stacked up on top of each other like they show in Star Wars?
They're ready, man, but they're just waiting for us to develop more.
Yeah.
They're ready.
We stink.
Who's they?
If you had if you had your own...
you're letting Patrice in on the secret.
Here's what I want to say about they. This is the thing like aliens, right, Opie?
Yeah.
The thing, I go like this. This whole thing about aliens. And that we know there's aliens, like the government.
Mm-hmm.
But the government's made up of people. So you think there's people out there that see aliens and they just keep it to themselves. They go home. Hey, we got a secret here. I know there's aliens, but I got my shit together where I don't say there's aliens.
Right. That's a great way to look at it.
You know what I mean?
You know why? Because people think those people that know are constantly in brick windowless buildings. What about when he's at a cookout with his family or something?
Nigga, I saw...
That's when it would come out.
And they got brains, and they got big eyes. It's like, like these dudes are so, like the president knows there's aliens, and they're keeping it secret from little old stupid us.
He's not picking up the phone when he's in his secured, office. Got to use this swipe card to get into and going, yes, there's aliens. I see them. They're here in the building. Or when he's bowling.
Sweetie, how was your day today? Oh, I gotta keep a secret, but that bitch,
I gotta tell you this one.
just make me a steak, cause all right, don't tell nothing. Don't say shit, sweetie. Don't tell your dumb friends at work. These niggas got big eyes and 4 feet.
God damn. Absolutely.
I've been into alien talk for years, but I've never seen it.
Conspiracy my ass.
Like, it's no aliens. We've never seen them. They don't have them.
No.
Somebody would. It's just too much for a human being to deal with.
Bunch of rats. That's all we are.
Everybody's
we love
cooler.
yapping. We love yapping.
Yeah,
right. You want to be the guy that tells something
And
new
even
to
if the
someone
guy, he saw aliens, you know, what makes it funny in my stupid thinking is, you know, he still has to wait for a table at a restaurant.
Because you would see him sitting there and go, boy, if I just told this guy.
You would think you could pull out that card and they'd be like, yeah, it's great,
Boy,
but it's still a half hour. It's still a half hour wait. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But you don't understand. I've seen the alien.
I've seen the alien.
You think you hint like, I think I could get a table. I drove all the way from Roswell to come to your place, Roswell, New Mexico.
Dude, you know, I think about that with people with special jobs on this planet, and they still have to go through bullshit. They still have to wait in traffic and wait for a cab and all that. Remember Jim Norton was telling us that he lives in that apartment complex with that brilliant physicist or whatever?
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Was it a physicist? Or,
Yeah, that Asian guy.
Asian guy is brilliant, string theory, all that. Supposedly he's smarter than just about anyone out there.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy and I were walking home once, and the guy was just kind of walking around Central Park and getting on one of those buggy things.
Into one of those little rickshaw bicycle things they have?
Yeah. And Jimmy's like, no one has a clue that guy is one of the smartest guys on Earth. And he's just taking a rickshaw.
Yeah.
Just taking one because he
could. We give ourselves way too much credit, like people credit for that. Like, you know, if there was going to be an asteroid to hit, that there's a bunch of people that's just so much cooler than us as the end of the world extinction event is getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, get our thing together because we're going to save the Earth. It's like, oh, Lord, we're going to die. You know what I mean? It's just...
We watched the whole breakdown during the hurricane. I mean, we watched a very small-scale version of that. You would think that when that many people need that much help, that the government has the planes and everyone's waiting to swoop up nameless people that know their mission to swoop in and help everyone. And everyone was like, is that your job? Who, the mayor, the governor? Who's... But then didn't you ask for this? We got it. It's here, but we just got to gather it up and it's got to go here. Who? What? No one knew shit. And that told me right then and there that there ain't no alien hidden in Roswell.
No.
There ain't no secret plans. There's no conspiracy. No. We didn't go to the moon. We went to the fucking moon. It's not I love the people that say, no, if you notice, there's a set. And they're props. And you think that many people are holding their tongue and I was there when they filmed it. It's fake. It was all done. Yeah. It was actually done by Disney in a studio by the Cape, and that's why they gave them the property to build Disney World on. And why?
The only thing I believe, conspiracy-wise, theory, is that they hold medicine. They hold cures for diseases.
Oh.
For money purposes. That's the only thing I go...
Now, how would that be a money-making thing if they hold it?
Well, because medicine is money.
I know that,
so if you withhold... What if you found a cure for the common cold?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody would kill you.
Oh, because there's so many cold remedies.
Tristan would go out of business. Bayer would go out of business. It's like things that make zillions in this country.
Treating a disease is more profitable than curing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So conspiracy-wise, I think that there's just a lot of cures that, you know, it's more money to keep you alive with cancer than actually.
Oh my God! Like if there's a cure,
rid of it.
There's a cure for cancer out there, but people getting treated for it spend so much money.
Yeah, but there's so many opportunities out there. Why wouldn't you start up a company where you go, fuck y'all, I got the cure for the common cold.
Well, that's where the FDA comes in. That's where they
all
go
out of business.
That's where the government goes. Oh, this is some bullshit.
But now I'm going to bite you with your own shit now, Patrice.
All right, go ahead.
How about the guy or the guys that came up with it? I'm sure one of them got cancer. You think he's going to sit there and go, well, goddamn it, I'll keep my secret. No, I can't get the cure because that'll fuck up our whole thing.
He just takes a swig of cancer juice. He kills himself. That's all he does.
He'd be running out going, there's a cure, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So they're all in on it. What about the wife then?
They would make him a loon. Like, I think the government can make you a loon if they want to.
So it's all crazy people got the cure.
Got the cure. Oh, that nutty
because
fool.
you say if he gets it, then they just drink the cancer juice and keep their secret. But what about his daughter gets it?
Why would you want to get rid of?
What about his daughter's?
His daughter's
husband gets it.
Then that's
their
where it
kids
stops.
Get it. Now someone's gonna start running out and going, but there's a cure, but
Anthony,
these motherfuckers.
If they cured the common cold,
right?
How many people would go out of bed? Listen, like the oil.
Right.
Why do they keep oil around when we got cars now that we can plug in or we can use the sun?
The second the oil actually did run out, you would see shit come out of the woodwork. Not because we have it there waiting in the wings, because we've always been the necessity has been the mother of invention thing. We wait until we just like individuals, us as a whole, we kind of wait till we really need the shit before we put 100% into making
because we
it.
depend on each other. You can't.
We have oil. Why bother with the hybrids really pushing them? Why bother with the solar and wind power? Yeah, we put a few windmills here to show that we can kind of do this.
That's why all this stuff has to come in nice and slow.
But it's oil. If the oil ran out tomorrow, you'd see some fucking Phineas J. Whoopi motherfucking scientist. I figured out how to separate the hydrogen from fucking hair follicles. There'd be a new power source. We'd be pumped the next day. You'd see some Arab selling you fucking some kind of fuel made out of hair tonic.
I just think that...
Dude, Willie Nelson's got something going on.
Willie Nelson's
I'm telling you. Need a trucker to call. I saw it on 60 Minutes or
Is it the French fry oil?
It's some kind of oil thing they made.
I've seen the French fry oil running in modified diesel engines. These guys go around. They modified a diesel engine to
Willie
take
Nelson started a whole company,
vegetable oil. So now these guys, one guy drives around. He'll go to like a Chinese restaurant where they dump their fat in the back and say, "Can I have your fat?" And then they take it, melt it down, put it in their car, and run it.
Now you don't think, right, that right now we can just have a bunch of cars that run on vegetable oil, and I'm sure vegetable oil smoke is not as dangerous as fossil fuel. You know what I mean? But it's like people will go out of business, man. So I think what the government does a lot. The only where I go conspiracy theory type of thing.
Yeah.
Is you're like, I don't think they try to really put things in black people's sodas and to kill us for real, because it's just too easy for other people to get a hold of it and die. You know what I mean? But I think that they keep you from we don't get cures for certain diseases. I mean, to keep the common cold around is just a lot of money. Like AIDS might have been a big mistake when they invented it.
Yeah.
Because that's like the blob. Some things are like the blob.
Yeah, it just got away from you.
Here we go. This is what Willie Nelson's up to.
All right.
I didn't want to speak because I don't have too much info on this. Dennis, go ahead.
Yeah, Willie Nelson, he makes biodiesel, and what they do is they make it out of crops like sugar beets. They take the oil out of sugar beets and convert it into biodiesel. It's made from crops, so it saves the American farmer, and they make diesel out of it.
Yeah.
And supposedly it runs cleaner, it's better lubricant,
and
all those things.
And there's a bunch of you truckers out there actually filling up on this stuff.
Sure, Willie Nelson's even got a truck stop.
Yeah, what's the truck stop?
Excuse me?
Where's that truck stop? Because that's the one they featured on this news show.
It's somewhere in Texas. I've never been there.
Yeah, and you can fill up right there with Willie Nelson's.
See what I'm saying? They probably call it Willie Nelson's crazy old coupe gas. Why isn't that as big as it should? It should be the biggest thing in the world right now.
Because
we should leave Iraq because of that.
Because oil is right there. It's right here, and it works great.
It's not right there. Beets are right there, Anthony. Not oil.
Do you know how many beets you gotta fucking grow? Do you know how many beets to take up all the oil?
Beets are there.
To where we can say, fuck you to you and your oil, we got beets.
I got beets,
There'd be a beet growing in front of you right now. There'd be beets. Every fucking flat space in this country would have to have a beet growing on it. To fuel the amount of shit.
I got beets and potatoes. Who needs your effing war? Beats. That's what I'm saying. Do you understand how big a news that is? But it's this old crazy old, some truck driver calls in and crazy old coot Willie Nelson, who investigated by IRS and he smokes weed. Whoa, crazy knucklehead.
Here's Jeremy. He actually drives on biodiesel. Jeremy.
Hey, O'Neal, what's going on, guys?
What up?
Hey, I've been running biodiesel for about 6 months, and I actually got to meet Willie. The only difference is it smells like chicken. The diesel or the fuel itself smells like chicken, but it ups your fuel mileage and everything because we only get like 6.2 miles to the gallon, and you put bio in there and you get like 7.9, 8.3.
And what's it made out of?
It's made out of soybean oil.
Look at that. Soybean, huh?
Yeah.
Soybean.
A lot of soy.
But they're there. Soybeans are there, man.
There are so many alternatives that are out there, but everything right now
the economy
running
would be
on oil.
affected too much. You can't just
Why?
You can't just all of a sudden start pumping beet juice and soy into your gas tank.
No, how many?
Actually, you could.
Thank you, sir.
No, but I'm just saying, too many families depend on the industry, the oil, the oil industry.
To heat their homes? Heated on beet juice, baby.
Beets?
My house smells like chicken. Fantastic.
Soybean and beets. You can go to Walmart and buy a 5-gallon bucket of vegetable oil, pour it in a diesel.
You know how many people would be unemployed if all of a sudden you just said tomorrow we're going to stop using... That's what I'm saying. That's the only reason.
There you go.
So that's why when this new technology comes out, it has to be a slow build, a really slow build.
That's the point that I was making about the
Detroit.
medicine. It's like, it's
could you imagine Detroit would shut down if all of a sudden you said, hey, we're not using gas starting tomorrow?
No, wouldn't they? Would still make cars, but they would just make beet juice cars.
Beet juice cars.
But you have to rebuild the factories or build new
ones.
You
got to retool. A lot of things got to change.
Everything. You can't just start, stop this one day and start.
I don't care what this guy's saying.
Tomorrow.
Your fuel tank in your house, if you fill it up with miso soup, that motherfucker is not going to heat your house.
And that's the problem. You got to think about, how it's going to affect the economy.
But if we needed it tomorrow, if all the oil ran out tomorrow, you'd see how quick everything would change.
Going back to your common cold thing, how many people depend on the cold medicines for, putting food on their...
To not cure it. Right.
That's what I'm saying.
It's to relieve it. Yeah. But it's like...
But I'm saying, but if you came out with the cure for the common cold, like you said, all those other companies that depend on that now go out of business. All those people that work for those companies are unemployed, and it affects the economy. We're fucked.
But I don't think the people at the top care about the employment, to be honest with you. I don't think it does. I think these people don't care about employment. I think they just care about their money. I don't think oil men give a shit about, whether their people are working. They lay off thousands a day. It's like Verizon just laid off 47,000 people. Nice talking to you.
No,
we don't need you no more.
Yeah, I understand.
Bye-bye. But work for Sprint.
I understand that, but it continues. It filters down, though.
Oh, man, I just think, I don't know.
That shit happens all the time, you're right, but the industry as a whole is still intact. You can't take the whole industry away.
I think we should get out of this whole oil thing. We should look into beet juice, look into soybeans, miso soup.
Hold on now.
But look at the people.
Because China, we're going to get into China wants oil. They want oil bad enough. They are the big problem.
They
want it bad enough to fight us for it. And we need to start using beet juice and running off of this bio stuff so we can get out of the war game, man. Get into another game because we're going to be in trouble behind this oil.
Beet juice for freedom.
Beet juice for
what we need. Al-Qaeda doesn't like beets. We got to beat Al-Qaeda with beets.
We got to beat
We'll beat them with beets. Jesus.
Mike in New Mexico. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, that biodiesel is not made out of beet juice. It's made out of soybean oil.
All right, so now we got soybean oil, we got beets.
Sugar beets, soybean, chicken grease.
It's not made out of sugar beets.
There
is no oil in sugar beets.
So it's soybean?
It's just soybeans.
All right.
And gas is made out of...
All right, we got one more trucker from Texas, Randall. Randall.
Hey, man, how y'all doing?
All right, what do you know about the biodiesel?
Okay, well, I just left Carl's Corner here in Texas, and that's where Willie Nelson's truck stop is.
That was the one that was featured on, 60 Minutes or whatever it was?
Right.
Yeah.
First of all, Willie Nelson did not create biodiesel. Biodiesel's been around for 2 or 3 years. Willie Nelson just found out about it last year, and he started speaking out about it. Right now, you can buy biodiesel that's mixed with soybean oil. You can buy it with a 20% mix with your regular diesel.
Now, sir, can I ask you a question? Why is this not why isn't this humongous news? Why doesn't everybody in the world, or everybody in this country at least, thinking about putting soybeans in their car because of all this nonsense going on? Why is this not news?
Hey, check this out. Diesel was invented to run off of peanut oil. Diesel engines have been around for, 40, 50 good years, as if running off of diesel, but it was originally created to run off of peanut oil. The biodiesel...
From George Washington Carver? With his goddamn peanut?
See?
Him and that fucking peanut.
Man, see how we do?
See? We said, we don't need your fucking oil.
We don't need your black peanut oil, boy.
There's George Washington Carver going, hey, your diesel engine will run on this. I figured out how to get the oil out of a peanut. Oh, good work there, pal.
What's a nigga gotta do?
Right.
What does a nigga gotta do to get his peanuts used up in this motherfucker?
That's how he looked at it, too.
God damn!
Oh, great. Well, when
he was growing up, he was the hero of the black community, and as far as my history books went. The only black guy I ever knew of in history was George Washington Carver. That was the only one they taught us.
Do you see how that's the...
Well, when the white man discovers the peanuts, then we'll acknowledge
it. That's when a white guy gets to, but
nothing else.
But what does a nigga have to do?
What's a nigga got to do?
He's in there. He's got it. I can save you guys a lot of wars and a lot of hassle.
Get you out of this bullshit.
The car can run on a peanut, you idiot. And I got it.
Use the peanut, baby.
How about a future with no pollution? I got it right here. I know it's listening. Shut up.
What is this so sad?
Crazy Negroes doing something with a peanut over there.
Oh, crazy old Negroes. See, but why? Why, Anthony? Why?
I love it.
Why, Opie? Why?
I don't
Why,
I love it.
I don't
Why?
Know. George Bush. Here's something else you guys might be interested in. Y'all were talking about the Chinese wanting our oil and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big
did
problem.
You know that they were coming into the state of Colorado next year to start drilling for their own oil and natural gas and bringing in their own equipment, bringing in their own workers.
Oh, yeah?
That's courtesy of President Clinton.
The Chinese?
In the end, China's going to be the real problem.
But but here's the thing this is why I love racism, because in the end, the world, the white people are not going to let Chinese people be the leaders of the world. No. It's not going to happen.
China.
We got to have somebody to build the railroad tracks.
Here's
God damn
little,
it!
With their little hiney hats on, those pointy things.
Yes.
Give them opium again.
Dock that chink a day's pay for napping on the job. Blazing saddle. Guy collapses from the heat. Dock him a day's pay.
Not this chink.
Right on.
Here's the problem with China, though. If I could sum it up quickly, the same thing that happened with the Soviet Union. China is moving into this, actually last century. They're finally moving into it. They're using fuel. They're modernizing. Their urban centers are branching out to areas that used to just be rice paddies and little communities that were almost tribal for so many years. The same thing that happened to the Soviet Union will eventually happen to them. It's good because they make more money. They become more powerful in the world. It's bad because it's hard to keep their people under control when they're able to see what's going on in the rest of the world. That's what happened with the Soviet Union. When they could keep their people shut up, don't look at this, here's our TV, here's our radio, here's our music, here's our clothing, this is what you wear, this is what you do. The second technology caught up, satellites, they started getting broadcasts from outside the Soviet Union and started thinking, hey, this ain't as bad as they're saying out there. That's when it all turned on the Soviets.
But that depends on
what?
The people.
Right.
Because I don't know Chinese
people
that
are
well.
fucking people.
But look at Iraq, man. These Iraqi people don't want democracy. They need a dictator. They need somebody to be. Was there any suicide, any insurgents when Saddam was in office?
Iron-fisted motherfucker. That guy would rape your family, kill you.
There was none of that.
Yep.
Democracy, and now it's like we're trying to make this a democratic state or whatever, and they're going insane. Chinese people have been under control since the Ming Dynasty for 10,000 years. They'll stay under control. They don't have babies because they're told not to.
Right.
They're obedient.
But if you start letting in other cultures and ideas to these people, that's when they start going a little crazy. Saddam wouldn't even let that. That's why those people are so, why they didn't freak out like the Soviet Union and want freedom and rise up against, because they were cut off. There ain't no fucking. You don't go to get 120 fucking channels of TV in your rock hut in your fucking Flintstone house in Baghdad. That thing's just a big hollowed out rock with a rock roof.
Watching some lady with her eyes covered up watching SNL. Who's this Eddie Murphy? He's been around for years, baby.
You run in a house in Baghdad and the same fireplace and table goes past you 20 times. Like a rock house.
Let's go to Idaho. Matt, the final word on biodiesel.
Hey, what's up?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a farmer and a truck driver, man. It takes diesel to fuel the tractors to plant the shit. It takes diesel on the tractors to tend the crops, and then it takes a shitload of energy to manufacture it. It's just basically the same thing as that corn liquor methanol. It's an additive, and until fuel prices really get up there and until they can manufacture enough to run their own tractors, it really isn't all that effective.
Yeah, that's what they say about a lot of these alternative fuel sources. It takes, to make the alternative fuel source, they use fuel.
But that's more cuckoo. That's more.
Is it more cuckoo?
That's more stuff on. Whoa, cuckoo.
He's crazy.
Right. Yeah, he's a nutty guy. It doesn't. It's just.
Well, the people
I'm with you with the whole job thing, and I'm with you. I just believe.
I'm not saying it's right, but that's one reason why we don't push a lot of this stuff, forward fast.
Remember Ed Begley Jr. driving his electric car until everybody realized that he had to plug it in somewhere to charge it. Right. And where's the power in the wall coming from? The power plant that's running turbines that runs on fuel, on oil. Right. So he's just kind of eliminating the refining process from the fuel to his car.
Right.
And just using electricity. But it's everything in this world right now runs on oil. That's just the way it is. And it ain't going to change.
We should break. We're way late. And we got Francine here.
God, I wanted to bring up the typewriter issue.
All right, we'll do it. You got
Why is the W next to the Q? I don't get it.
It's kind of, it has to do with what we're talking about. Yeah. It's the fact that Patrice is talking about things have to change over time. But what happened to the powerful typewriter people? Why didn't they stop the production of computers? Because look at all the jobs that were lost to the people that worked at the typewriter factory.
But they didn't know, because typewriters, the idea of keyboards are the same as a typewriter. They didn't change the.
So this is just a futuristic, brought from Pete typewriter.
It's just a it's just a fancy old typewriter. That's all it is. So it didn't mess the typewriter people up. It's the same concept.
You think the typewriter people all went to work at computer places? Or you think the guy that used to fucking mold the L? You think he's working on fucking processes now? I mold the L. I'm the L guy.
I was the guy.
But even that was a slow transition. There was a time we were still using typewriters and computers. Slowly, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's stuff we could be doing now, but it just takes time.
Mm-hmm.
Now you think that's funny? Now you think there's anybody out there that's sitting there going, I lost everything because there's effing computers.
Computer shit.
People are losing jobs no matter what, but you just can't stop it in one day.
Whiteout. How bad did Whiteout take a hit? Who uses fucking Whiteout anymore?
I think somebody has to still use whiteout. I think people do.
Of course someone's got to use it, but you think the truckloads of whiteout are leaving the factory? Keep them rolling! We can't get enough of this shit in the stores! Or you think like Mr. Whiteout's on the phone.
Where? All right, now I'll bring it by myself. I got it. I got a box in the trunk.
Well, do you guys...
It's one guy in a pickup truck.
Well, yeah, just traveling around America. You got to get in touch with the Monkeys guy? Because he owns Whiteout.
He's the Whiteout guy, right?
Yeah. You ask him how it's going.
Yeah, Mike Nesmith or something. He's the Whiteout guy.
Ask him how Whiteout's
going. Oh, fucking computers killed me.